Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to stop overtrading. Okay, we all been there. We all have been there. We make some money. We're doing good. We feel good, right? And then we get greedy. We start trading more, and we give it all back. A lot of you're in this cycle of that. You're stuck in that cycle of just, you can't control yourself. You can't get yourself to stop trading when you're up in the green. So there's a few things you're going to be doing. Number one, you need to be trading during a very key select time, aka a kill zone. All right. So mine, for example, I trade 7 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. I do not take any trades whatsoever outside of that time. Now that's for entries. Let me make that clear. That's for entries. I do not enter any new trades outside of 7 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. Not 1 minute before, not 1 minute after. Follow the plan. Now I can exit. I can take profits outside of the kill zone. That's fine. You can do that. That's fine. But your entries, where you enter a new trade, needs to be during a very key select time period. You can take mine if you want and just do the same thing. Do 7 to 11, maybe 7 to 10. Or if you trade London, if you trade during the London session, for example, a good time to trade is like 2 to 5 a.m. Eastern time or 2 to 6 a.m. Eastern time. The key thing is, so you only want to focus on a very select time. Anything that's part of your rules, it's set in stone. All right, it's part of your rules. You only trade during that time. Okay, so now that alone is going to help a lot of you that aren't doing it yet. It's going to designate a specific time that you focus on the marketplace. Outside of it, you shouldn't even be looking at it. That's number one. Now, a lot of you I know are already doing that and you're still over trading. Like, it's not solving the problem. You might think, okay, but during those 3 to 4 hours, I'm still trading like a madman. I can't control myself. It don't matter. I'm still over trading. What you're going to do next is, again, part of this ties into the meditation practice I gave you before, but I'm going to give you some more tips here. Because if you follow the meditation practice that I outlined for you and you're becoming mindful of your emotions, a lot of those urges you're going to be able to control and you're going to be able to stay focused. But here's another tip, because I understand willpower can get beat down. Like, willpower can get beat down with time. If those urges are just consistent and you're just getting beat down, getting weaker throughout the trading day to those emotions, what you're going to do is you're going to do something else. If the strategy allows you to do it. With my strategies and how I trade Forex, I'm able to do this. So what you're going to do is set limit orders and set alerts, set price alerts. Spend as little time as you can in front of the charts when your trade is working, or whenever the trade is playing out. Spend as little time as you can, okay? I know some people say you need to watch every single candle. You need to watch every single candle form. You're gonna get better at seeing how price moves. I don't think that's good for a beginner. I could do it because I'm at a point where I'm able to control myself and still follow my plan. But a lot of you, I think less time watching the market in real time is best, because if you have a strategy and you know what you're looking for, you have clear rules, you already know what to execute on. So why are you watching every little candle form? Doing that, watching every little candle form, every second, watching every little tick, it's going to do nothing but make you emotional, especially if you got a trade on. It's going to do nothing but make you emotional. Your mind's going to start to try to see things that aren't there. Your best bet is to just do something else. So if you know your entry criteria, you're coming into your kill zone and you have a setup that's already formed, set a limit order, set a stop order, set a profit target. And then guess what? Go do something else. A lot of people that just can't get themselves to do this because they feel unproductive. Like, I'm a trader. This is my job. And if I want this to be my job, then I need to be in front of the charts. Just because you're not in front of the charts trading doesn't mean you're not being productive. Most of trading is waiting and not doing anything. That's most of trading, guys. It's literally just waiting. And in that waiting is where most people mess it up, because they feel like they got to be productive. They bring that 9 to 5 work mentality in the trade and think they got to be putting the hours in front of these charts. They got to be trading, got to be doing something. And it leads to their demise. That's where they fall off. You can be productive and not be freaking pushing buttons every second. Like, where does that come from? Like, you think you can't be productive just because you're not pushing a button and buying something or selling something? Set your order and go back test. Go back test old data. The same stuff you're doing right now in a real chart environment or in a real market environment, just go study old data and study old price patterns. It achieves the same thing. You get that muscle memory. You're seeing how stuff is moving, but you're doing it with old data, and you're letting your positions work. you're not emotionally tied to them because you redirected your focus. Okay. The more time you spend in front of your chart staring at it, the more time you give yourself to do something stupid. Let me say that again. The more time you're sitting there staring at the chart, watching the price action, the more time you give yourself those inner demons to overcome you and make you do something stupid. That's what happens to most people. They're spending too much time in front of the charts, watching the charts. Less charts, less attachment, better results. Meaning less charts watching a live market environment. Okay. You still need to be productive with your time. All right. Don't let that time go to waste. Again, go back test old data. All right. Get that data, which is going to help you, which is going to give you confidence that we've already established. Do that while you're waiting, or go watch some of my video lessons. Go watch my video lessons while you're waiting. Get that knowledge in. Go study old tapes of yours. So I recommend all of you record your trades. So then later you can go back and watch those trades. It gives you something else to do while you're waiting. Go study your old tapes and look for where you can improve, what you did good, all of that. Take notes on your old videos of your trades. Like, there's plenty of things you could redirect your focus on. You could still be productive. You could still be productive, still be learning, and you don't gotta be, like a junkie feeding over the charts, every little candle, just, drooling over every little candle, not blinking, not breathing, praying, sitting there on your knees, praying that it's going to hit your PT. It's not going to hit your stop. You're just making yourself emotional. So what you're going to do is you're going to set your orders, and you're going to go do something else if your strategy allows for it. Some of you might be ultra scalpers, and you might not be able to do that. You're like, okay, Mike, that's cool if your trading style is a little bit more laid back, but I can't do that. I'm a scalper. I got to be there at the market. Well, if you're a scalper, that means you're in and out a lot quicker. That means it shouldn't take you that long to get in and out of that trade. So during that short period, you basically just got to conquer yourself during that short period. Like such a short, if you're a scalper, there's such a short period of time that trade is on. You're capitalizing on such a small movement in price that you just got to conquer yourself in that one moment, or that one little trade, or those two trades. You shouldn't really be taking any more than 1 to 2 trades a day if you're a beginner. If you can overcome yourself and stick to the plan during that 1 or 2 trades while you're scalping, once the trade is done, there's no need for you to be in front of the chart staring at stuff in a real market environment. You need to go review that trade. That's what you need to do. After the trade is closed, redirect your focus, go review the trade. All right, go review the trade, see what you did wrong, what you could have done better if you executed the way you wanted to. You need to do all that. And then maybe go back test, go study some videos. It really comes down to redirecting your focus. Because a lot of you guys you're not like accomplishing anything by just, staring at every little candle, getting emotional. It's accomplishing nothing for you. Your time would be much better spent if you spent less time watching every little candle and spending more time back testing, spending more time, studying the video lessons, spending more time reviewing your trades. That is time better spent, and you'll learn much faster that way as well. Now, another thing you can set price alerts. Okay. So tinker around with your platform, because we all got different platforms. I'm not sure how MT5 or MT4 works, but I know I absolutely know there's ways you can set alerts on there. I mean, basically every single trading platform has a way that you can set alerts. And whenever that alert goes off, or like around key levels that you're keeping an eye on, like maybe key market shift points is where you would put alerts. Maybe like at key market shift points, key highs and lows, put alerts at certain points that you want to keep an eye on. Okay. And then whenever that alert goes off, you'll be notified. Like you can have it set up where it's sent to your phone via text message. So while you're back testing or you're studying old stuff, if it does go off and something's setting up, it'll ring your phone, and then you can go redirect your focus for a short amount of time and manage it that way. I'm going to show you what I mean by that, like around key levels. All right, we're just going to take this just for example. So say you come into your kill zone, like your selected time period. We've already established you need to be picking a very specific time that you trade. Okay. And let's say you're coming into your kill zone, but your trade's not quite setting up yet. So it's not at a point where you can just set your orders and forget it, because it still has work to do. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, well then I can't leave the chart. I got to sit in front of it and wait. You don't. You can set an alert for it. So for example, let's say GBP USD down here. Just imagine with me for a second that this is coming down into your kill zone, and the kill zone's right here, and you're waiting on a shift in market structure, for example. So it needs to break this high right here. Look at this. See that? See, we got a swing high right there. Say you need to see it break that swing high. That would give a shift in market structure. How would you go about doing that? Well, you would just simply set an alert around these key levels. Like you would set a alert at that high. Okay, again, tinker around with your platform again, because we all got different platforms. I've shown how to do it on my YouTube with like Thinkorswim on the public YouTube. I've shown how to set alerts with Thinkorswim. Most of you don't use Thinkorswim for alerts, so a lot of you use TradingView. So like, for example, on TradingView, you could, right here, basically you'll double click it. So for example, you'll double click at this high, this will pop up, and then you put like add an alert on GBP USD. See that? And then you'll have an option to add an alert at certain points. It's literally that simple. And then I'm sure there's a way that you can set it to where it'll go to your phone if you want, or it'll just ring you on your PC. And then once you get that alert, you can pull up your charts and go manage it that way. Then after you get that shift in market structure, you can look, see if it has the criteria like, hey, does it have a fair value gap? Do I still like to play? And then if it's still according to your rules, then you could go in and you could set your orders. Then you could go in and then place like a buy limit order, put a stop below low of day maybe, and then target whatever PT you want, high of day or whatever, and do it that way. So like if the play is, if you come into your kill zone and you don't have a setup yet, which is going to happen, which is probably the case a lot of the time, like, a lot of times when we come into our kill zone, we still need things still need to play out. There's really no setup yet. What you're going to do is you're just going to set price alerts around key levels like I just showed you, like around swing points where market structure shifts would occur, like high of day, low of day, areas like that. You're going to set price alerts. When the price alert goes off, you'll get like maybe a notification from your phone, your PC will ring real loud, you'll be notified, and then you can stop your back testing, which is what you redirected your focus to avoid you getting emotional, to avoid letting those demons take over. So whatever you're doing, whether you're watching video lessons, back testing, reviewing old trades, you're then going to come back over and you're going to manage the trade. You're going to put your orders in if there's a trade. If there's not, set a new alert somewhere else. Do whatever you got to do and manage it that way. Less time staring at each candle, less emotional you're going to be. The less attachment you're going to have to it. The less time you spend the less time you spend with it, and the less time you give that inner degenerate to take control. Okay, and that's what you're going to do, guys. That's what you're going to do. That is how you avoid overtrading. Again, to sum it up, you need to be trading during a very specific time period. During that very specific time period, you need to set limit orders. Have your stop order in, have your PT order in, have all that stuff in. Once you get the setup, if you don't yet have a setup and you're in your kill zone and you're waiting, set price alerts around your key levels where market structure shifts would occur, or high of day, low of day, wherever it is that you're keeping your eye on. Set price alerts and then go do something else. Go study something else. Also, something else you want to set an alert for, or like set an alarm on your phone or something for, is whenever you have high impact news. So you'll find high impact news. You can go to forexfactory.com. You always want to be aware of this calendar. Always. This is very, very important. A lot of accounts are blown up because people don't look at the calendar. They don't look at their economic calendar. A lot of accounts are blown up this way, probably more than any. I would say this has caused more blown up accounts than anything, is the economic calendar. Not being aware of when there's high impact news. You need to be aware of it. And whenever there's high impact news that's coming out with something that's correlated to what you're trading, you need to set an alarm on your phone before that high impact news comes out, like maybe 5 or 10 minutes before it comes out. If you have like a position on, that is, or even if you don't have a position on, because it's important, you want to go back into the charts and then reassess after high impact news happens, because a lot of times that's where you'll have stop runs, market structure shifts. So it's good to go back into the market and reassess after news. So you need to be very aware of when high impact news is coming out, and then set an alarm on your phone or set an alert on your platform so you are notified when that is happening. It's very, very, very important. Very important. So set alerts for key price levels, but also you need to be notified whenever news is happening, or really before news is happening, so you can go back in and reassess.